All right, let's talk about credit card debt. I mean, if you've ever felt like you're just stuck on this hamster wheel of minimum payments, where your cards are maxed out and you're not making any real progress, well, you're in the right place. We're going to build a real, actionable plan to break free. And it's not just about the math, okay? We're going to dig into the mindset shifts that are absolutely essential to get you to the finish line and stay there.
So, here's the roadmap. First things first, we've got to face the music. Look in that financial mirror and get real about where we are. Then we'll do some triage, stop the bleeding. After that, it gets fun. We choose our attack plan. We'll also work on reinforcing the right mindset for this whole journey. And to wrap it all up, we'll look at some cool ways to accelerate your escape and get you to the finish line even faster.
Okay, step one, the financial mirror. And look, I get it. This part can be a little scary. It can be intimidating. But here's the deal. You can't fight an enemy you can't see, right? To get out of debt, you have to be brutally honest with yourself about where you are right now. Think of it like this. You can't get directions to a new city if you don't know your starting point. This is us finding our starting point. Robert Kiyosaki, the rich dad, poor dad guy, he tells this incredible story. Picture this. He's driving a fancy Mercedes, eating at all the best restaurants, looking like he's on top of the world. But behind the scenes, he was completely broke. We're talking $800,000 in debt. The turning point, the thing that changed everything, was when he finally just admitted the truth. He told himself, he told his wife, I am not as rich as I look.
So, how do we do this? We turn that vague, heavy feeling of dread into an actual, concrete plan. We're going to do what I call a brutal truth audit. It's simple. 1, list every single debt you have. I mean everything. Credit cards, car loans, medical bills, you name it. 2, next to each one, write down the interest rate. That's the price you're paying to borrow that money. And 3, jot down the minimum monthly payment. And listen, this isn't about feeling bad or ashamed. Not at all. This is about building the map that's going to guide you out of the woods.
All right, next section. Before you can even think about paying down the old debt, you have to stop the bleeding. Seriously, think of it like a medic on a battlefield. You've got to stop the new wounds before you can treat the old ones. That means stopping the flow of any new debt right now. This step is completely non-negotiable. And here is your new secret weapon. It's a super simple question that you're going to start asking yourself before you buy anything. Ready? Is this a need or a want? That's it. This one question becomes your new financial filter. It forces you to pause just for a second between that impulse to buy and the action of swiping your card. It's all about being intentional with your money, so you can redirect every single possible dollar towards what you really want, freedom.
And this is really the core of it, right? We're talking about needs versus wants. Needs are the essentials, your rent, your groceries, basic utilities. Wants are everything else. Eating out, that vacation, the shopping spree, subscriptions you forgot you even had. For this critical period, the goal is to slash the wants category. Every dollar you save by not eating out or by canceling that streaming service, that becomes pure fuel for your debt escape rocket.
Now, this sounds obvious. I know. Avoid new debt. Duh. But the temptation is literally everywhere, isn't it? You're at the checkout, and they offer you 20% off if you just open a store card. It feels like you're saving money, but it's a trap. It's just not worth it. Every new dollar of debt you take on just pushes your freedom date further and further away. Right now, you have one mission, and one mission only: destroy the debt you already have.
Okay, so you've stopped the bleeding. You've stabilized a patient. Now it's time to go on the attack. We're done just treading water and trying to keep our heads up. Now we choose our weapon and we start systematically taking out these debts one by one.
So you've got two main strategies, two main weapons to choose from. First up is the debt snowball. This one's all about psychology. You list your debts from smallest to largest and attack the smallest one first. The idea is to get a quick win and build momentum. Then you have the debt avalanche. This one is pure math. You list your debts by interest rate, from highest to lowest, and attack the highest interest one first. This method will save you the most money in the long run.
So let's talk about the snowball. Dave Ramsey is the biggest champion of this method. His whole argument is, look, personal finance is 80% behavior and only 20% math. He says, if we were good at math, we wouldn't be in credit card debt in the first place. That quick win of paying off your smallest debt gives you this huge psychological boost, that little hit of dopamine that makes you believe, hey, I can actually do this.
But then you have the other side. Ramit Sethi from I Will Teach You to Be Rich. He's a fan of the debt avalanche. He'd say if you're a numbers person, if you're motivated by efficiency, then the avalanche is, mathematically speaking, the best choice. It's just a fact. You'll pay less in interest over the long haul.
So, Snowball or Avalanche, you choose what works for you. But here is the golden rule, the non-negotiable key to both methods. You have to throw every extra penny you have at your number one target debt, while you just pay the minimums on everything else. That extra cash hits the principal, the actual money you borrowed, and that's how you start to outrun that nasty compounding interest that keeps people trapped.
Okay, so we've got the math down. But like we've been saying, getting out of debt is so much more than a math problem. It's a behavior problem. So let's talk about reinforcing our plan. Let's talk about building the mindset you need to actually see this thing through to the end.
And I know we've touched on this, but it's so important it's worth saying again. Personal finance is 80% behavior. The how-to part? It's pretty simple, really. The execution? Well, that all comes down to you. The person looking back at you in the mirror, that's who controls your financial future. Not the banks, not the credit card companies. You.
You know, a lot of the time, we spend money because we're trying to fill some kind of void, or we're comparing ourselves to other people on social media. The key to breaking this cycle is choosing contentment over comparison. It's about practicing gratitude for what you already have. And this is a huge mindset shift. You're not thinking, I can't have this. Instead, you're thinking, I am choosing something better. I'm choosing debt freedom. And hey, don't forget to celebrate the small wins along the way.
Okay, so once you have the fundamentals locked in, you've done your audit, you've stopped taking on new debt, you've picked your attack plan, it's time for the advanced tactics. This is how you pour gasoline on the fire and really accelerate your escape.
So think of it like this. There are a bunch of ways to supercharge your payoff. You can increase your income. That means asking for that raise you deserve, starting a side hustle on Fiverr, driving for Uber, or even just selling stuff you don't need anymore. You can also attack from the other side by cutting your costs. A big one, call your credit card company and just ask them to lower your interest rate. The worst they can say is no. You could also look into a 0% balance transfer card to basically pause the interest clock while you pay down the principal. There are even more advanced strategies like velocity banking for the really disciplined folks. Every single extra dollar you can find becomes another weapon in your arsenal.
So there you have it. That's the plan. You know how to diagnose the problem, how to stop the bleeding, you have your attack strategies, and you know the mindset you need to win. The entire escape plan is laid out right in front of you. The only question left is, what's your first move? What is the one thing you can do today to start?